I'm trying to like get into becoming an on-chain analyst. That's part of the reason why I'm here, to have a community I grow with and to know how to use Dune better.
Okay. It's nice to have you here, Destiny. I mean, it's nice to have you here. It's nice to have everyone here. My name is Ahmed Mohammed. I'm going to be the one taking the session today. I hope I'll be able to break everything down for everyone here so that everyone is going to understand. Because I actually we started doing Africa last year, I think April, and one of the reasons why we started it was that we're trying to. I had it in mind because I do with data analysis. I was doing data analysis before I came into blockchain analysis. So I wanted to actually know what the blockchain was all about. There was a lot of buzz around, oh, and blockchain. What is really the blockchain? How can, okay, now, okay, when I first started, I knew about blockchain as far back as I think 2022. No, 2023. Yeah, 2023. And there was a lot of buzz, and it was only developers that was coming into the blockchain, and there was a lot of communities for developers. I remember attending Starknet meetup, and I was like, okay, I'm a data analyst. How can I come into the blockchain? So everybody was just giving me an answer that was just that, okay, we have to become a developer. You have to become a developer. I even know that Doom was was even available as at that time, but I guess I didn't do my research well, but I think I just knew about Dune 2024. So 2024, I knew about Dune. I started practicing, learning about it. And I thought that, oh, why don't I just create a community? Because I'm a community person. I have a community that is called Excel Friday. I've been managing it for like 2 years now. And we have been learning about data analysis, just data analysis as a whole, Excel and SQL. So it's still running by the way. We hold it every Friday in Kaduna. So if you have anybody that is trying to jump into data analysis and is in Kaduna, you can just tell the person to come to Collab Innovation Hub. We can just start there, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything. Just come, be part of the community, and meet people that are doing great stuff. So that's just it, by the way. So I'll just allow Victory to introduce herself, and then we'll just kickstart it. Victory, are you there?
Yes, I am. GM
Is it
everyone.
GM Victory?
Okay, so I'm Victory and I'm into content writing.
Okay.
But my interest has been more of the analytical part. I first started with data analysis, and then just like you said you attended, I think, a StarkNet workshop or something. I always, when first got on board there into blockchain, I I knew that as time went on, actually, I knew that there should be an intersection between data analysis and blockchain technology, but I just didn't know it was on-chain analysis till I got deeper into the whole stuff, and then I realized that. But I've not gotten a hang of it yet. A lot of things took
Um,
away my focus.
I
We have to
understand.
survive, right? So content writing was basically giving me the money I needed.
I understand. I can get that. I get that.
Again, so I had to
Yeah.
like pause the whole thing for some time, but then I was just doing it maybe once, twice in like 6 months. The truth is, I've not grown. In fact, I wasn't growing with that kind of attention at all. I decided this year that I'm going to take this thing very serious. I've done a lot of start overs. Like I'll try it at some point, I'll dump it and start again. But I don't want that this year.
I mean, you are in the right place actually, because I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say I'm also I also know everything about blockchain analysis, but I'm just going to say that I have I have had my own share of confusion, which is all right. It's okay to be confused at the first, and I think that's one of the things that they don't really advocate for in this Web3 space, because they don't allow you to be a novice at first. Um everybody just want to seem like, oh, I am like this expert and stuff like that. But the truth is just that you have to be confused at first. You have to just be confused. It is through that confusion that you are going to find what you are looking for and meet great people. And you should also be very, very open to meeting people, learning from people on a serious note. And that's one thing that I feel like I don't know, because I've not actually encountered, but the people that I've encountered, they are really great people. But most people, they are just trying to like, okay, oh, this thing you have to get it. But the truth is just that this technology is very, very complex. You have to be patient enough to understand it, which is why I want to try as much and I want to try as much as possible to break it down for people. And as I am breaking it down, I am also learning from it. So this is a community. You can always say, oh, what is this? What is that? You can always ask question. Do you understand? And if you know that you have something you would like to share, you can always come forward that, okay, let me do this. I want to share this. I want to share that. And with that, I think people that are also coming would also understand it. They can also benefit from what we are doing, the materials that we are putting out there, because this is going to be a recorded session and we're going to be sharing it. We're going to be sharing it out there so that people can learn that, okay, you don't need to figure everything out. You just need to have a community that is supportive, that would actually, and people that are really interested in you growing. Do you understand? So thank you very much. And please, if you have any question, you can just call me back and say, Ahmed, oh, I don't understand this. Uh, I'm going to try as much as possible to come back to it so that we can learn together. Okay. So hi, Umar. Okay. Victory. You want to say something?
Okay, so I wanted to ask, based on the last thing you said, like, are you going to start like for some? Are you
Ye-
doing like on-chain analysis for dummies? Is that
Yes.
how you're going to start?
I don't want to say dummies. Don't use the let it
No,
not
no,
be.
no. There are books like that now. Just get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I get it. But
Okay,
we are starting
that's
from
the
the
one I
scratch.
want.
We're starting from where it all started. Like we're going to
Ehen.
do a lot of researching and looking at what's the right answer online and stuff like that. You just look at this like a study
Okay,
group, but it's more of a community thing. I'm going to
okay,
try as much as possible to put out material out there that will help us. So we're going to be giving ourselves taxes to do, and then maybe next week we'll review. The next time we meet, we'll review it and say, "Oh, what did you check out? What did you do?" and stuff like that. So this is like a community. I'm trying to like build a very, very realistic community that you just know that, oh, I'm learning something valuable from here. So I'm not saying you're going to learn it in 6 months, but I'm just saying on the long run, you're actually going to start getting some of these basic concepts. We are going to be getting some of these basic concepts, because if you look out there, there's no any I don't know if you guys have researched or do anything, but there is no material, there's no solid material out there on blockchain analysis on a serious note. Even Dune does not have a structured material on blockchain analysis. It's just people coming up and doing their own video that, okay, this is what I think is best and stuff like that. So if you're somebody that like for me, I came from data analysis. So if you're somebody that come from data analysis, you know that if you go online and just search youtube.com and you go to data analysis, you will see step by step on how you are going to become a data analyst from Excel, from statistic Excel, SQL, then Power BI or Tableau, and then you jump into Python. From Python, you started going into data science. From data science, you can move into data engineering. So you see how structured it is, but blockchain analysis is not really structured. And again, one thing that people get wrong is just that everything that all the knowledge that you have, that you learned in the Web2 space, is also applicable in the Web3 space. I mean, it took me a while to realize this, but the truth is just that it is also applicable. The people that are in this Web2 space are also the same people that transition into Web3. They are just making it seem like, oh, Web3 is one, it has to, there's a different kind of vibe. But the truth is just that it is the same thing. You still you still need You still need the management, the whole content writer. You still need this thing. What's the name? Intern. All these job roles are in the Web 2 space. They are also in the Web 3 space. So you need people, analysts, different kind of analysts. But the difference between Web 2 analysis and Web 3 analysis is just that Web 3 analysis is open. Web 3 analysis is open, but Web 3 data is opened. But the thing is just that it is not all the data that is open. That's one thing that you should understand. They are saying that it is open, it is transparent, you can get the data anywhere, but there are some people that their data, they are building in the Web 3 space, but their data are not out there. Do you understand? So in as much as they are saying that, oh, our data is transparent, you can look, you can see our data. Their data is not still out there. I know products that you can't get their data, even if you go to Dune, you can't actually get their data except they give you access. You understand? So I try to try as much as possible to look at the one out there to understand it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So thank you, Omar. Omar, welcome. I'm going to start now. I created. Okay, come in. Let me share my screen. Okay. Let me just share my screen shortly. Okay. Okay, can you guys see my screen? If you can see my screen, just indicate that you can see it. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tochuku, for that. Okay, so one of the things that people get wrong about Dune is just that they think that Dune is a complex software to understand. It is a complex software to understand, but the truth of the matter is that it is not really complex to understand. It's just that the way we try to learn about it. You can't see my share screen. I can't see your screen yet. Okay, who is this? Spider, you can't see. Can you see my screen now? Hello, Spider, can you see my screen now?
Not yet, not yet. Maybe it's come out. Just go on.
Okay. So one of what people think about Dune is that Dune is this complex software, but the truth is just that it is not really that complex. It is not that complex. You just need to change your way of looking at it. There are materials out there. There's Oladai. Oladai is a really good blockchain analyst, and he try as much as possible to explain Dune in a way that we understand. And one thing again is just that, okay, I feel like, okay, for me, when I'm learning something, even when I started learning data analysis in the Web 2 space, whether data analysis for Web 2, I usually go and check out. I don't know if anybody does that, but I go and check out what's the name? Nigerian and not Nigerian, African people in African content, like people that put out content out there, like for Nigeria, that can actually understand. Because sometimes, right, when you're looking at all these, you try as you don't. Okay, let me admit. When you're looking at all these videos, right, you don't really get what these people are saying, because sometimes they just use technical, they just use a lot of technical terms, and you don't really understand it. So that is why I go as much as possible to just look at what people in Africa, to Nigeria to be precise, Nigeria, are their content. I just go there to go and look at their content. There is this, when I started, there's this guy, analytic and this thing extra, analytic extra. I used to watch their video, because they break it down into complex, into like simple terms that you can understand. So now let's get started with Dune. So blockchain data. Blockchain data is powerful, but it is also messy. So one thing you should understand is just that Dune is a software that breaks this complex data. Okay, blockchain data. Okay, let me put this in. Actually, I'm using an example. Okay, so Dune, right? Dune is a software. They partner with most of these protocol that you see out there. So what Dune is doing is just that Web3 data is transparent. You can see it. You can see it on when you go to this Explorer Etherscan, you can see it there and stuff like that. It is already structured there. You can see your channel. But people also want to break this data more and see what is happening. They want to understand the pattern. So that is where Dune comes in. So Dune now, they go and partner with this protocol so that they can actually grant them access to their data. They just grant them access to their data. Once they grant them access, so Dune now, their data engineer in Dune now break this today. They have code data engineer that now try as much as possible to break this data down. When they transform this data, so you as the analyst can go on Dune now and use your SQL query now to actually query this data. So they have done the heavy lifting. Dune has done the heavy lifting. So for you, the analyst or individual that wants to understand it, so that you can just query this data. Do you understand? But again, in as much as they have actually break this complex data down, it is still some people still find it hard to understand how the data is being structured, because most of the people breaking this data down, they are actually technical people, and they don't know how to. Most of them can't really they structure the data. Like, okay, for instance, data engineers structure data way. You people have different preference that they use to structure data. Do you understand? So, okay, let me use Web2 terminology. Data that is coming from from a healthcare sector, is different from data that is different from a financial data. So the columns names are going to be different. You get what I'm saying? The columns names are going to be different. So different protocol have different way that they structure their data and different way that they do all this calculation. So you have to go and research and then look at, okay, what do they do different in this protocol? How do you convert their currency, their token, how do you convert it to a dollar format? And again, the truth of the matter is that writing the query is very, very easy. You can, even with the advent of AI now, you can actually just go, AI will correct you. But understanding that data is the most important part of it. Like, when you understand it, you can actually make meaning out of it. Because if you cannot break this data down for even people that are non-technical, because a lot of non-technical people still don't understand it. People that are non-technical, you won't be able to sell yourself to people. That's the word. You won't be able to tell people that I understand this thing. For those coming in the web too, I mean one of the things that I find very, very, I don't know, is it fascinating or annoying in this web two space? And please, anybody can just talk. You can talk. You can actually talk if you want to see anything. Is that when I came to Web3 space, right? In Web2 space, if you are building dashboard, your dashboard, there is a standard to the way your dashboard is. Please, you can just react if I'm saying the right thing, please. There's a standard to the way your dashboard should be built. Like, if you are using Tableau or Power BI to build dashboard, there's a standard. There's where you're supposed to use. You cannot use some charts. You have to add data label to your to your bar charts. But when I came to the Web3, somebody will just build a dashboard like this, and you are going to be seeing error. Like, bro, this chart does not. I can't really understand this chart. But people will still be giving that person accolades like, bro, you did a good job, you did a good job, you did a good job. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the way Web3 works. People just want to see the data, they understand it already. And I feel like with more analysts, see Victory is laughing, with more analysts coming to Web3 now, there's going to be a bit of structure to the way things are being done in the future. So blockchain data is powerful, but it is messy. Like I said, every transaction, every smart contract interaction, every swap, it is public. So that's what everything happening is public. You need to understand this. You need to understand it from an analyst perspective. everything that you're seeing is public. So how can you, what is, if everybody is seeing everything, so what can you do as an analyst to be different? But this raw data is what is difficult to access and understand without what specialized tools. You don't need to what run a node. So this node is, how should I put node? Oh, I don't know how to explain node, but I know that it's, if you want to actually, if you want to, if you want to have access to your own transaction, you could actually run a node, and that node is going to allow you to allow your transaction to be faster. That's one way to explain it. You know, in validation and when you make a transaction, there are people that will validate this transaction that okay, this transaction is actually true. But with a node now, when you have your own node, these validators now, it makes it faster for you for your own transaction to be validated or to be a developer to ask questions. You just need the right platform, and that platform is Dune. There was flip side before, but I think they just they sunsetted. I mean, they sunset last year. They sunset last year. So it is only Dune that allows you to query data publicly. Like it is only Dune that allows you to query data publicly now, and I just pray that they don't shut it down later in the future. So one thing you should know is that Dune is a what platform that helps you to break this complex blockchain data so that you can query it. Please, if you have any question, you can just ask me now. If I jump to the next part. Okay, so this Instagram analogy. So like Instagram now, right? Okay. So for instance, let me put it for instance. So for instance, when you take picture on Instagram, right? When you take picture on your phone, you take picture on your phone. You when you want to post it, you don't just post it like that. For women, you don't just post it that way. You have to go to maybe Instagram. You have to go to Instagram or maybe any any editor to edit the pictures. You can use your normal editor to edit it. So this process of editing it and then preparing it for your big post, that is what Dune does. So now they get the raw blockchain data from all this protocol, the messy data, and then they just apply the code, the editor engineer do their work. So when they do their work, they structure it in a way that you can use SQL to query it. Do you understand? So Dune is just like Instagram. Dune is just like Instagram for pictures. Instagram just structure your messy picture for you, make it very, very okay and ready for you to post. But Dune, what Dune does is that all this messy data, you just structure it for you so that you can make meaning out of it using what SQL. So what Dune aggregates what raw data into database we can talk to as analysts. We call so on Dune call their analyst wizard. So if you are using Dune, you are actually a Dune wizard. So all of us here are we are Dune wizards because we use code to translate this data into what meaningful charts and what dashboard. So I'm going to jump to the next one now. So the next one is what? So for you to get started on Dune, you have to do what? How many of us here have an account on Dune? Please, if you have an account on Dune, you can just indicate. The Destiny, you have an account on Dune. Tochuku, you have an account on Dune. Okay, Omar, you have an account on Dune. Victory, you have an account. I think everybody have an account. Spider, do you have an account on Dune?
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay. I think we're going to set that up. I'm going to set that up. I'm going to set that up for you. So, I'm going to share. Let me share my screen. Let me go to. Okay. So, let me just go to. Let me share the link. I'll share the link to you, Tochoko. Okay. I'll share the link on the, okay, let me share it. Yeah. So I share the link now. So Tochoko, you can click on that link and then I'm going to share my screen. Let me change this my screen. So when you click on that link, Tochoko, you should see this page that is on my screen now. Have you seen it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, let me change.
But I'm on this call with my phone.
Okay, are you? What about your laptop or your desk?
It's my PC is right in front of me, but I'm just thinking of how to export the link so I can.
Okay. So just go to. You can just on your this thing, just click on dune.com. I just hope it's going to take you to this page because sometimes it takes you to the Dune official page, like the Dune official page. So just try it. You can just follow. You can just follow up. So when you do that, so before, right, I think I'll just sign out now. Let me sign out. Let me sign out so that let me sign it. Let me log in. Let me try and log in. Okay. So before, right, before you can't actually use Google to sign into Dune. But now you can use Google to sign into Dune, which is very, very easier because man, the number of times that I have had to reset my password I've had to reset my password is too much on a serious note. So I think this is a very, very good initiative. Like this is a very, very good initiative. So you can do that just for you that Itochuku that you want to create your account now, please just use Google to log in, and then in the future you can use Google to log in. Always use your
No,
Google to
I
log in.
already have an
It's easier.
account.
Okay, you already have an account.
Yes, I
Okay, so
react
that's
you're
good.
doing those that I already have.
It's Spider that don't have accounts.
Oh, Spider. Sorry, I missed the name. So Spider, you can just use your Google account to just log in. I think that way it is easier. So now I'm going to
I
just
also used Google to sign up when I did.
serious. Oh, that's good. Though. That's good. On a
Yeah,
serious note, anything that I'm doing, I'm using Google to sign in. I cannot come and be resetting password all the time.
honestly.
That thing is very stressful. So now, so now the next part is what I'm going to share the slide. So the next part is what. So use your email, choose a professional. Make sure you choose a professional. Please choose a professional username. My username is very, very annoying. That was the mistake I made when I started doing. I just hope I'll be able in the future I'll be able to change that email or the username. Now you can't change the username. Let me even see it. Let me check it out now. Doubt if they will allow anybody to change username. I doubt if they allow people to change. Yes. So you see, you can't really change your username for now. So you see, I can't change my username, and I believe that in the future I can change it. I'll be able to change it. But now, for now, you can't change it because because they have not allowed people to change it to be able to change it yet. So please just use a professional username to just save yourself from a lot of stress.
So by professional username, mine is CCO8. It's my username across all my Web3 platforms, X, Discord,
If
everywhere.
if that works for you, Omo, just use that one.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's just this Ahmed though. I wanted to use Ahmed because my name is I use Ahmed on chain on all my social media. On
Okay.
I use this Ahmed too, and it is just so. Please, are we all on this page?
Yes, I am.
So now we're going to take a tour of the what of this website, of the Dune website. It is very, very important that you understand it. It is very important. So one thing that you should do anytime, one thing that I was advised to do anytime I come, I am going through maybe a software or anything, is that you try as much as possible to read the documentation on a serious note, because it saves you a lot of stress. So this is the Dune documentation. Oh, let me share it. Let me share my screen. Sorry. So this is the Dune documentation. You can see it at the left, as at the bottom left side of the Dune page. So this is it. So this is the Dune docs. You can actually read it, and then understand how you can actually leverage Dune. I think the one that I'm actually interested in is okay. Come. Hmm, is it discover stuff? How to use that discover? Okay. Hmm, you're coming. Let me see. I think I'll share it when I get it. But there's a way they use that discover. This discover here. There's a way you use it to drill down what you're searching for. Coming, present something else. There's a way to use it to drill down what you're searching for, because sometimes, right, you can't really do. Okay, I've seen it. Let me share my screen so that you see. Search, present something else. So this is it. So this one, I'm going to share it. Let me share it. All these things are very important, because sometimes, right, most of the times you will try most of the time, right, any query that you want to write, anything that you want to do, somebody has done something. So what you're trying to do is expand and get more information on what that person have done. So you need to know how to drill down to find what that person have done. Because some people queries have been available for like a long time. So you can't really access it if you just say you want to use the search button. So I'm going to share it here. Okay, I've shared it. Please, you can check it out. So this is it, advanced search. Oh, see it here, search content. So you see filter, title, search by title. So this example, you search by title, USDC or Dex tracker. So when you want to search by tag, okay, victory, you want to say something?
I think I missed something. How did you get this advanced search tab?
Okay, so there's a link that I shared on the chat. You can just click on that chat. You can click on it.
Yeah, I saw the link. I'm just asking, how did you get there so that in case I close the tab, I can easily locate it on my own?
Okay, so let me share my screen. Let me share the first one. Let me share it. Okay. Okay. So now when you are on the Done page, when you click on this search, you're going to see this learn about advanced words filter. So when you click on it, once you click on it, It's going to take you to the search, to the advanced search. Do you get what I'm saying now, Victory? Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Awesome. All right, no problem. Okay. Well, this search content is very important. You can search by what? Let me see. Okay. You can search by what? By tags. You can search by what? Author. You can search by description, and you can search by what? Code. So this is very, very important. So let me see. So you see, they say leverage on powerful search functionality to find exactly what you need. You can access what? You can access Dune search functionality everywhere in the Dune app through the search box in the top bar. If you want to refine your searches, you can search on the type of content you are interested in, e.g. dashboard. Okay. So you see, navigate to an extended. Let's see. Okay, let me zoom in. So you see, you can actually navigate to an extent. You can edit your input and results. You can edit your input and the results will immediately update to reflect. You can also rank by what's favorite, which is okay, trending and what's new. So this is very, please let's try as much as possible to check this out, and then understand it. Even me, I'm also going to check it out. I usually check it out. So please check it and understand it, because most people, when they started blockchain analysis, one thing I've got to understand is that when most people started blockchain analysis, you see, the foundation is very, very important, because it is the foundation show that, oh, okay, I'm going to accept this. So because it is the foundation that will show that you understanding the foundation is what is going to show that you really know this thing very well. You see, when you get to that complex query part, right, writing all those queries, what you just want to see is that okay, you can actually do it, you do it, and then results. It's just results. But when you are talking, it is this foundation that is going to make you to be able to talk about these terms in very, very simple terms, so that people that don't even understand anything can relate with you. Because if you are using technique, if you look at most of the people advocating about this blockchain analysis, like people that are doing blockchain, most of them, people that talk about it more are people that are less technical. They try as much as possible to bring it down to the level, or the basic level that people can understand, because it is very, very complex, very, very complex. There are a lot of things. Be seeing the names of some of these tables, and you'll be confused that where can I start from and stuff. So that's why this community, and that's why I'm trying to create this community, so that we can hold everybody can hold yourself accountable. When you don't understand, so you just ask, oh, I don't understand this, so I'm trying to do this, so, and then somebody can help you with it. Then from there you can start getting it. Because if you are keeping things to yourself, you won't learn. That's the important part. You won't learn. You need to be able to give out knowledge. When you give out knowledge and people tell you that, oh, what you are doing, you can do it this way, it's wrong. You have learned. On serious note, I actually I before, when I was in school, I don't even do all these tutorial, all this, I don't take all these tutorial. But it was when I started community that I started like mentoring people, and then I started giving back to community, that I understood that, oh, when you give back, right, you the knowledge just sticks. It just sticks in your head. You just know that, oh, you know these things. You just know that you know these things, and you now become aware that, if I don't know it, we in that place, we in that, what's the name, community, we'll fix it together. And once you fix it there, you can never forget that thing again. So please, in as much as we are learning, let's also try and be active in the community. Like, just if you have something that is giving you issue, reach out. I want to do this, I want to do that. And if you know that you know how to do it, and then send it to the person, share it, and then the person learn. You are also learning. So please, let's try as much as possible to do that. So I'm going to continue now. Okay, okay. But the next part is what? So we've done what? We've done the discover was checked out the discover. So in Dune, copying is encouraged. It's called forking. I hope I pronounced it well. Okay, it's called forking. So now, copying is encouraged in Doom. Like you can copy on Dune, you can copy, you can fork people query and stuff like that. But one thing you should know is that please, as much as you're forking people query, please always acknowledge those people that you're forking their query, because it is not easy to come up with write to write a query. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not easy. I have seen a lot of times that people go and fork people query. They don't even fork it. What they do is that they just go copy that person query. When they copy it, they now go and share it that it is me that wrote this query. You understand what I'm saying? So that is a very, very that is wrong to do. Please don't do that. If you see a query and you use somebody query, please reference back to the person. Let the person just acknowledge it that, oh, I really, really this thing learned much from the query that this person wrote. And before you know, that is how you grow in that field. That way you have connected to that person. That person know that you really find their work very, very interesting. So that person is going to keep you. You have created an impression on that person. Like you have created an impression on that person. So the person will always reach out to you, even if they are encountering any problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? So please let's try as much as possible to do that. So you can fork people query, you can check out people query, you can use people's tables. They are customized tables that are created by people that you can use, which is very, very like they just people put, that's why they call it open source. People put out stuff out there that they don't really they just want people to benefit from. So that one that is it. So the third one now is what? Your cheats. Your analyst cheat sheets. So today we're not going to be writing today. We're not going to be writing query today. We're going to be doing it next time. But one thing that I want us to do is that I'm going to give an assignment, but let's just wait for that. So understand the data layers, which is what? The three data layers. We have the raw data. This is how Dune does it. We have the raw data, the raw data. We have the what? Decoded data, and we have the curated data. So the raw data now. So people work with this raw data because they could not get the insights that they want from curated data. Do you understand what I'm saying? So people work with this or with this raw data, but those people they know what they are looking for. So decoded data, smart contract translated into more human readable words tables. So that is what decoded data. So this curated data is the data that most analysts, most of us use this correlated data here. Clean what? Aggregated table like what? DEX trade or NFT trade. So these tables here, that is why when you go to Dune, you'll see DEX trade. Let me share my screen. I'm coming, please. Let me share my screen. Let me open my screen. Just go to Dune. See. Please, are you seeing my screen?
Still the slide. Yes.
Oh, stay on the slide. Let me share it. Okay. Let me share it. Can you see it now? Okay. So now that's why when you go to where create and you create new query, you go to new query. When you go to Dune and you create new query, you'll see we have what? Let's see, asset trading. literally. So you see Dex what this is the what curated table. All these table that you're seeing here are what they are created table already. They are table that is available for all analysts to use. So if you want to work with raw blockchain data, which some people use, you can go to there's what we call spell book on Dune. So that spell book is where all the magic happen, and it's open source. You can actually even contribute to it. So you can actually contribute to it, but you have to understand, I think, Python. You have to understand Python and a bit of data engineering. So that's by the way. So the next one now, where's the slide? Okay. So now another mistake that people do is that, and again, please, you need to understand SQL. Please, how many of us understand SQL here? How many of us understand SQL? Like we know how to write SQL query. Please, can you just indicate if you know how to write SQL query?
I've had exposures, but I want to go back to it fully so I can understand it properly.
Victory said, I refuse to agree that I do. I want to start afresh. Why? You can't really start. See, you can't really start afresh. Not like I'm not saying you can't start afresh, but you can't. There's no starting afresh. That's why I don't really agree with all this New Year resolution. I don't like New Year resolution. Like I don't like New Year resolution because there's nothing about there's nothing like you're starting again. There's no new you. It is still the same you that is there. It is still you're just aging. Yeah, you're just aging. So please let's I don't agree with New Year resolutions. But the thing is just that one thing that was Victory said that caught my attention is I keep okay Destiny said Destiny said I keep forgetting how to. Okay, the thing is the thing is even if you tell me now that Ahmed do this so thing for me, honestly, some of them I can't really do it. I still have to go and research and do stuff. When I started working as a data analyst, right? I understand Excel. I understand SQL. But if you tell me that Ahmed, come and do so thing for me, I can't do it for you. I can remember the first time that I got a job. Okay, I got a gig that okay, Ahmed, come and do stuff. Okay, somebody there. Oh, let's do. Okay. I can remember the first time that I got a gig that Ahmed, come and come and do this so stuff and do like it was someone that actually recommended me. We started working and then they said, Ahmed, come and do this so stuff. And when I started doing they now sent me a documentation. He sent me a documentation that I should read and then can I do it? This documentation contained everything that I needed to do. But when I started reading this documentation, I can swear to God that I don't even understand anything. Like I understand Excel, like I know Excel. I don't understand anything that 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 is in that documentation because I've never worked with like real data before. I don't even know how to how do they do this thing? She does not understand it. That person does not is not a technical person. So I just have to come in because the person that actually recommended me just labeled me as this technical dude. That's anything on Excel that you come to, this guy will do it for you. So I was not like I just started asking questions. So you see, that is where there's a problem again. When you non-technical, the okay, thank you. I'm just that's what community is all about. That's what community is all about. You have to be vulnerable to the people that you are that are in your community so that nobody is going to feel left out. So one thing is that when these people when I started asking questions, that's one problem with technical non-technical people. they just feel like, okay, you are the one that's supposed to do everything. So when I started getting the experience, because I was getting the experience from there. So I started asking questions like, okay, how, let's do this together, walk me through what you want and stuff. Because I did Google data analytics, and they said ask question. But the truth of the matter is that in the real world, there's nothing like ask question. You just have to figure out how to do it yourself. You are only there's a limit to the question that you can ask, because when you ask too much question, it just seems like as if you don't know what you are doing. Honestly, it just seems like as if you don't know what you are doing. So I started asking questions, and I figured out that, oh, I'm not even supposed to ask too much questions. So I started doing my research and stuff like that. I came up with the first part, and she was not a technical person, so she just saw I overdid, I outdid myself, and then she was like, oh, nice. Even me, I don't even know what I did. I just did a very I can't really remember, but I did something and I gave it, and she was like, they still went back to adjust it and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is that you cannot really, you can't keep everything on your head. You can't keep everything on your head. You will always forget things. But what is going to set you apart from other people is just that, you are going back to learn all these things. You are going back to, like, okay, revisit it. And this thing, it is it is linked to every aspect of our life. When if you don't work every day, you're going to become numb. If you don't interact with people every day, depression will catch you. So you have to be doing all these things every day so that you get used to it. If you even SQL, if you start contributing to what other people are doing, you will start understanding it. And one thing is that, please don't put yourself under pressure. I try as much, I try to put myself under pressure last year and stuff like that, but I just figure out that you have to take it slow. People that you are these people that you are that you are looking at, that you want to compete with, that you want to be like, these people have like 10 years, they have 7 years experience, they have 3 4 years, 5 years, 6 years experience doing just one thing, and they have been doing it for a while, so they are used to it already. So just focus on your own part, that, okay, what should I understand? Can I learn from this person? If you can't learn from the person, leave the person and move forward. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't try as much as possible. Don't try to put pressure on yourself, because that's one of the problems that this our generation we have. People try as much as possible to put pressure on themselves that are not really, that is not really necessary. Don't put pressure on yourself. Take it slowly. If you can learn, if it's just one thing you know how to do on this, do it very well, that you can explain it to somebody. You will come on this Saturday with Dune, and then you explain it to us that, oh, I learned this, I know how to do this. And then somebody will ask you question. From that question, that is what you are going to be learning from. That's what you are going to be learning. And then you will be knowing what other people are going to ask you outside there. So this place is just like a preparation ground. Do you understand? The community is just like a preparation ground for you. You are supposed to be vulnerable. Nobody is asking you to know everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is just it. Because once in a while, I just like putting in all this word. And please, if anybody have anything to say, you can actually unmute your mic, raise up your hand, and then add. Because in this generation that we are now, this century that we are now, there's a lot of confusion out there. But I think people that are actually doing great stuff, putting, like, people that are actually doing great stuff, coming out and telling you that, okay, well, this is it. Don't put yourself under pressure. We really would really go a long way in building all this community stuff, in learning also. So I think, okay. So now this is it. So one thing you should understand is that Dune SQL is different from the normal SQL. So Dune SQL is called Trino SQL. Trino, Trino. It's called Trino what? SQL. So this Trino SQL now, it is different from MySQL and other SQL. It is just, it's not, it's just a slight difference. But you can always, there's an AI integrated in Doom that can always correct it for you. So now you see, we're going to be doing all this, but just understand that anytime you want to, you want to actually call out maybe an address, you have to wrap it in a quote. So addresses are what? They are wrapped in a quote. If you don't use a quote, you get it wrong. I have a question. I heard PostgreSQL is what? Similar to Trino SQL. Okay, let me see it. No, come in. Let me see. So I'm going to get back to your question, Destiny, but just let me just wrap this up. Trino SQL is what? True. And please try as much as possible to do your to be doing your own research also, please. It is very, very important to be doing your own research so that you will not look confused. So now, more Dune tips is what? Using double quotes for reserved words. So some columns name are also what? SQL command g from to. So you must use double quotes to what? To wrap it. From and what? To. You must use double quotes to wrap it. So keep everything what? Lowercase. For simplicity and consistency, write select some and all what? Names in lowercase. No, please don't do this. Sometimes you should, sometimes you can do it, but SQL, me, I like writing my SQL in uppercase because I like differentiating from the reserved word and the words. I like, I like, I like differentiating from my queries from the reserved word. So please, using what? Leading commas, putting the commas at the start of a new line makes it easier to comment out or delete lines without breaking the query. So this is very, very important. This is very, very important. And we're going to practice all these once we start writing query. And when we write all this query, I'm going to try as much as possible to break it down so that people can understand. We'll be using a lot of AI to break these complex things down. Do you understand? Please, in as much as they are saying don't use AI, please try as much as possible to use AI to learn because it just makes it easier for you to understand all these things than to be able, because humans, we most humans are not patient enough. I can sometimes I might not even I might not even explain it the way AI is going to explain it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you could do that also. And again, please join the collective. Okay, please you can follow our community online. Please follow the community, the Dune Africa community. Follow it online. There's Dune Africa on what's the name? On let me share my screen so that you see. There's Dune Africa on Dune. No, we are not on LinkedIn. We are just on Twitter for now. I hope, I pray in the future. I hope in the future we're going to be on LinkedIn. But for now, we are just on Twitter because it is easier on Twitter. This is easier on Twitter. It's just easier to keep up on Twitter than on LinkedIn. But you can always connect with me on LinkedIn. I actually share what we share on Twitter on LinkedIn also. So my name is Ahmed Mohammed. Just search for Ahmed Mohammed. I'll share my LinkedIn profile shortly on the group. So you can just connect with me and then so on Dune, let me see. So the Dune, you can just go and search for Dune Africa. So just search for Dune Africa. Then when you search for Dune Africa, you'll see creators. That's okay. Okay. Dune Africa. So you can see it, creators, Dune Africa. So when you click on it, you see it here. So please, you can just, I'm already following Dune Africa. So you can also follow us on Dune Africa. When you follow it, you're going to see, we're going to see our dashboard that we are creating. And again, we're going to be working on dashboard. And we're going to be bringing people on board to work on dashboard with us. So one thing that's community account is very, very important is that with community accounts you can actually do a lot of things. So when you use your personal accounts, you can't put a dashboard on private. You don't have much credit with community accounts, with personal account, but with community account you can actually do a lot of things like and and Dune are also tracking these things also. So so they see what we are doing out there and they recognize it. So please, let's try as much as possible to just follow it. So this is it. I think if you have, okay, I think Destiny has asked a question. So Destiny asked a question. He said that I have a question. I heard PostgreSQL is similar to Trino. Is this true? So the short answer is that yes. PostgreSQL and Trino SQL, they're just like cousin. They're just like cousins. So if you know PostgreSQL, you already know 90% of Trino SQL. So the syntax are quite similar, but not all of them. So if you know Trino SQL, like I said, you actually know 90% of. If you know PostgreSQL, you actually know 90% of Trino SQL. So that is the answer. You get what I'm saying, Destiny? Destiny, are you there? Okay, I think Destiny is not yet. Okay. So Victory, do you have a question?
Yes, I'm in the same page now. So how do I follow you guys?
So you can just search for Dune. Search for
Yes,
Dune Africa.
I'm on the Dune page. I can see Dune Africa, but like I'm not seeing any follow button and all of that.
Can you share your screen? Can you share your screen?
Okay, sure.
Share your screen.
Can you see it?
Okay. Yes, I can see it.
Or am I full? What? Have I been following you guys?
Please just scroll down. Let me see.
Okay. This is what I can see.
I think you're following us already.
Okay. No problem. And let me stop sharing.
I think you're following us already. So please, if you have any question, you can just reach out. You can just reach out to me and anyone in the community. If you have material that you like that you find useful, you can share it in the community also. So I'm not saying we are going to become an expert, but I'm saying that what I'm saying is that by the end of this year, we would be able to, you will be able to say, all of us, even me also, and we are going to be able to say that, okay, I understand how Dune works and I know how to derive insight from Dune as a blockchain analyst. So that's one thing that I want all of us here everyone here to have in mind, that I am going to I am not going to understand. It's not like I'm going to become an expert, but I'm going to know how to derive insight. I'm going to know what they are talking about when someone is sharing a Doom dashboard, what to look out for. So once again, thank you very much to everyone that joined this call. I think let's take a selfie picture before we go. I didn't even join with my personal account, but I'm going to join. I'm going to join. So Mr. Yoshino. Hi guys, this is Mr. Yoshino. Is our this team partnership. It's part of the Dune Africa team. So please just shout out to him. He wants to take a selfie. Mr. Yoshino, see you. Oh good. Okay. So let me see. Let me okay, what is this? What is this thing? Okay, yeah, is it? So you take a selfie. Everybody sees. Okay, I think Mr. Yoshino wants to say something.
Okay, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to take a screenshot?
Yeah.
Command Shift 4.
Command Shift 4. Okay, I'm going to read that now. Command
Shift 4. And
Shift and 4.
then, it- then it converts to a crosshair, which you drag over.
Okay. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. I didn't know about this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You see, that's
But
another contribution.
I'm not seeing anybody's face on the call. I'm only seeing my face.
That's how Web3. That's how Web3 does. Everybody wants to be anonymous. But it's a
Okay,
good one.
so took it up.
All right, so see you guys on the 31st. Ah, Victory, we are shy. Man, don't be shy.
Don't be shy for money.
Don't be shy, man. Don't be shy. It's not this. If you're shy, you won't really go far. But please, just be shameless. Be shameless.
Yes, sir.
You have to be
Sell your
shameless.
crap shamelessly.
Yeah. So thank you very much, guys. I'm going to see you guys on the 31st. I hope everyone is going to go and do their research, and I hope the next time that we meet, everyone, I'm going to be expecting. I'm going to be expecting everybody to this thing to share their screen, to turn on their camera so that I'll see their face. I'm going to turn on my camera also so that everybody will see my face, and then everybody's going to have their own contribution. Anything you have learned throughout the week, you would actually share it with us, and then we can just start from there. So thank you very much once again. I'm really happy with the turnout of people on this call. Have a lovely day, and also please try as much as possible to not put a lot of pressure on yourself. You're going to understand it, but it is just with time. We are going to understand it, but it's just with time. So thank you very much. Have a lovely day. And also, if you are in Lagos, there is this what's the name? Chain analysis exclusive event that is happening on 21st. So if you are going to attend, I'm going to share the registration link once we are done with this call. I'm going to share it. So if you are going to be attending it, please you can just send a message on the group so that because I will be attending it also so that we can connect. This is also an opportunity for us to meet people that are doing stuff in the blockchain space. So thank you very much. Have a lovely day and see you guys in the chat.